Oh, lovely. Cup of tea and the transit van. Let's see what I've done. Well, I've been doing a little bit on the transit van in between wind and rain, and the weather's not been great. The weather's actually fantastic today, so I'm coming out here just to finish little bits off now. I've basically done all the welding, all the little patches I had to put in. I've sorted out now. I'll show you them in a second. But I've basically got to the end of it now. So if you actually go back and look at all the videos I've done on this transit van, you'll see that there's quite a few. And they've actually been spread over quite a bit of time, because as I say, it's not been an important van for me to work on in one go to get everything done, but I've just sort of piddled along with it. I've plodded along with it, and as and when the weather's let me do it. I mean, I could have pulled it under the carport, I suppose, a bit more, and just literally, if it was a work van, then just worked on it until it was actually finished. But at least you can see basically how I've broken the little segments down. As I say, it started off with a little bit of rust at the front, for the MOT, and a few little bits around the bodywork and all that. I finished all them, and then I actually checked the seal out, if you go back and look, and then I decided I needed a new seal. I also needed a new corner for the wheel arch, because that was totally made out of filler and rags. So that's why I decided to go the whole hog and put a new wheel in, a wheel arch in. And I've actually checked on the wheel arch. Let me just shut this for a minute. I've put some, I'm starting filling this now just to give it a bit more strength as well. But remember I told you about that little step back in the actual wheel arch here, and when I received the wheel arch, it didn't have that step back in. Well, when I went online afterwards and I checked, they've actually sent me the wrong wheel arch. This is probably for, still a transit van obviously, but it might be like a twin wheelbase transit van or something like that, or a long wheelbase transit van. Because when I looked at the picture where I brought it from on eBay, after I checked obviously, after I fitted it and found out I had the problem, the picture of the one on eBay actually shows it with the step down in it. So I made it work anyway, so it's just a matter of dressing it a little bit, I suppose, because as I say, the actual wheel arch is exactly the same. It's probably just a slightly different Mark 6 model, that's all. As I say, it could have been a long wheelbase, could have been a twin wheelbase, I don't know, but it's on there anyway. So all the welding's done now. I'll just walk you around it now just to show you what's been done. I'm going to start bolting bits back on now. I'm not going to actually do the bodywork yet, as I've said to you in a previous video, because I'm just going to get it through the MOT first, and then there's other things that have got to be done on the bodywork. For example, like the bottom of this sliding door is all sort of got bubblage on it, so I'm going to have to treat that. Rather than dive in and do all this work and then wait for it to be done, I'm just going to get it MOT'd and legal first, so we can start using the van again. And then I can do the bodywork like one side at a time, for example, because I won't be too sort of worried about getting every little bit done. As I said to you, this is all about a repair job. It's not a restoration job, as I keep mentioning. It is a repair job. So if anyone says, oh, you know, I would have done it a different way, or this, that, the other, or whatever, maybe so. I probably would have done it a different way if it was a restoration job. So, and don't forget, as I said to you, I'm coming from a totally layman's point of view when it comes to welding. I don't know, I've never done any real welding before, so I'm just basically showing you that I took this job on, and providing you do little chunks at a time and treat each job as it sort of as it arrives. For example, someone said to me right at the very beginning, do one job then finish it off. And in other words, don't start the front and then start the back, and then you'll find that you know you'll never get anywhere, because a lot of preparation work happens and you don't see any results, and then suddenly when you start the welding and then you finish up with like the priming and stuff like that, and it all sort of comes together pretty quickly once you've actually done all the donkey work. And that's the same with everything, I suppose. So anyway, let's show you around what I've actually done and where I put the little patches which I didn't actually film. So let's show you them now. There we go, you can see that bit. So all the way along now, I had to put that supporting rail in there, because I had to cut all this lip away, as you remember. So we made a lip for that. And also down at the front, if we go right to the front, because I fitted that front seal now, what I didn't realise was I needed to put a patch in there as well, as you can see up at the front there. So that's now obviously in and done. And what I've done, I'll give it a coat of the zinc primer, and also gone over it with the Pour 15, which is ceramic sort of paint, goes off ceramic hard sort of thing. So I don't think there's anything I really need to do other than what I've done for that. But as you can see along this whole wing now, sorry, along this whole sill or rocker panel. This is totally solid. Everything's actually as it should be. And here's a rear panel I had to build up, because remember, none of this this had a great big rust hole in the middle of this. So I actually put a plate on the bottom of this as well, and you'll see around the other side in a minute where I've actually done the repair work around the other side. But all this, as I said to you now, is really, really solid now. And let's go around the other side and show you where this was made out of rags and filler, basically. Let's show you what we got around the other side now, on the front side of this. Right, so here we are under the wheel arch at the front. Now, if you remember, none of this existed in here. All this had broke. This was all disappeared, and this was all made up of filler. All this lot. So I've actually welded a panel in there, as you can see. So that's solid, because that would, you would have been seeing right through into the sill there. So I've welded that panel in there. There's the other patch I put on the back chassis rail there, as you can see. And there was the other end there, which I've actually repaired as well. And there's the wheel arch there, as you can see. That's all finished off there. So all in all, I'm pretty happy with that. Let's show you the front step. So coming up to the front step, as you can probably see, this is brand new. And again, I've put the zinc primer on that, as well as the Por 15 paint. So that's all in now and nice and solid. I've just got to finish this all off, sand it all down, refill it. I've just put a little bit of filler in here for the moment, just because, as I say, this was a big step there with someone that actually filled this before this panel. But as you can see, that's all right there. I've just run my finger around there with some filler around that little gap there. It's got to be sanded down flat. The actual van is in and done. So, as I say, here for example, I've just got to get the curve in. This is just some fiberglass Isopon P40 filler, which I've just started putting around the wheel arch now. So I mean, that's just got to be sanded down, and I'll dress that with filler, proper filler, and that should be it. So yeah, going round, as you know, I've just put a little bit of filler in there. This is all got to be done when I come to do the actual bodywork. But I'm not worried about that now. This was that plate, which this was all rusted away, if you remember rightly. And I've just put a plate in there, and just put a little bit of fiberglass in that seam there for the moment. Stop any water running down there. But yeah, none of this was here, if you remember. If you look back in the previous videos, you'll see what state that was in. But that's all under the bumper. It's all hidden, so you don't see that. But that's well protected now, and definitely a lot better than what it was. I actually had to put a plate in there as well, because you could see right the way up into the actual cavity there. So that's done there. And I don't know if you can see under there. Can you see the rest of the underneath now? It's all been there's that patch I put in there, obviously, as you can probably see there, and that's all been again zinc primered and coated with the Por 15 as well. So yeah, we're all ready to go there as well. So there you go. I'm going to start bolting things back on now. I don't think you really need to be able to see that. It's only me bolting the bumper back on and stuff like that. So yeah, okay. So I think we'll call that this welding section of videos all finished now. So the next video you'll see is obviously it will be coming obviously back, hopefully, from the MOT with a pass certificate. So again, this is just the final one in the welding series. You can just go back and have a look at all the other welding videos just to see what I've done. But if you're buying a Transit, I had a great email from a chap who said that he was a pretty competent mechanic, and he's just bought himself a Mk6 Transit, and watching this series of videos, for example, has given him the confidence to tackle a bit of welding work, even to the extent where he said he's going to go out and possibly buy an old Transit van, and maybe what needs welding, for example. Obviously there's welding and welding. You don't want to take one that's probably gone to the extent that this has, but I've seen a lot of things come up that said, oh yeah, we need welding, and then people think, oh god, here we go, and we'll just get rid of it, when it might have only been a little patch. Well, if you can find them sort of vehicles, there's some easy money to be made when you're dealing with these sort of Transit vans. We've sort of covered quite a lot of it in this video series on the different places where you do get rust on the Transits, as I say. So that's the reason why I've done these videos. It's not to show you my welding skills, because I haven't really got any, although you can see that I've actually improved, and you will improve as well if you're not a welder like I wasn't. So you know, you do pick the welding up. I mean, as I say, I'm lucky enough to be able to be a member of certain other subscribers who are very good at welding, and you can glean information off of them as well. So yes, all the information's out there, but actually getting out there and giving it a go yourself is a totally different kettle of fish. That's where most people fail. I've taken it on. You've seen me on that journey. You've seen me make mistakes, probably. You've seen me improve over the time which I've been working, and then you can probably do the same. It all means you just got to put stuff into action. Just got to get out there and make things happen. And that's what it's all about. That's the difference between success and failure, or living a humdrum life, or making something in your life and then looking back saying, yeah, I've done that, and then you can give yourself a pat on the back if you do achieve something. Anyway, I'm going to leave this one here now because I'm going to just finish off now, bolting things back on, and I'll see you in the next video, and hopefully we'll be bringing this thing back from the MOT and it'll have a full year's ticket on it. Okay then, just a little update vid this on the Transit van, the final one in the welding, and we'll see you again in the next video. But don't forget, I don't know what I'm going to be up to yet. I might finish one of the bikes. I've got the Triumph still to do. I've got some stuff and lawnmowers and all that to do, so keep watching the channel, and don't forget to rate and comment, and also subscribe as well, because we do like your comments. Okay then, thanks very much indeed. Bye for now.